RWBY Chibi Season 2, Episode 6, Super Besties. This was a pretty good episode. I really enjoyed the first skit. Seeing Ruby like manipulating the rest of her team was actually very well done. I love the little reveal at the end of it with Blake, but the main focus on that was her messing with Weiss, and Weiss is like, you know, every time she tries to manipulate her, it's like, oh, that's terrible, I don't want to do that, like, I don't want to be best friends with Ruby. But eventually she's able to manipulate her, and then of course it goes to the next day, and everyone that's being controlled, outside of Blake, because she doesn't have like an obvious moment, but for Weiss and Yang, they have like these obvious moments where it's like, oh, I'm under control, like something weird's happening. It's like, you know, Weiss being dragged out. It's like, this is great, even though I'm screaming inside. And then with Yang, it's like, oh, you know, all Ruby has to do is like do this, and then it's just like, oh, take my keys, and here's a little spending money. So I love the way they did that, and then like I said, the reveal of Blake, you know, she's reading her book and then she closes it and she's wearing like a backup Bestie shirt or something like that. So I thought that was really well done. We do get to see both Roman and Neo in this episode. Neo, unfortunately, only shows up during the transition because I was hoping both of them would show up during the actual clip. But it's actually just Roman, and he's really mad at the old guy who, once again, is somewhere else. If that's not his brother, that's like one of the big theories, is that it's just a bunch of really old siblings or something. But excuse me, he gets his hat from dry cleaning. I don't know where he got that other hat from. I thought that was interesting that he like starts off with a different hat as if he couldn't just not have a hat on. But gets his hat, then he takes off. And that's pretty much it. And then we move on to the final skit for this episode, which was Blake absolutely freaking out about meeting this author of a book that she's never met. No one knew, you know, what this person looked like. And it was a really good one. I really enjoyed the way that she was like freaking out, and then Ruby's like, you know, if you like him so much, why don't you marry him? And she's like, I'll stop playing around. And then she flips out and she like jumps on top of her. But I thought that was pretty funny, and of course the reveal that it's Zwei at the end, and he just wrote a book. It's Zwei. It's, you know, they can do whatever they want with him and it works. So that was pretty awesome. Blake unfortunately was super sad, but we have a really funny ending there. One thing I really enjoyed about the final skit is that they referenced the dude from like the first episode of Volume 2, Tuxin. And that's the guy that Mercury and Emerald fought when they like wanted to, like, I'm pretty sure he's dead. But he was the dude that had like the bookstore and stuff. So I was like, oh, that's cool they referenced that character who I'm quite sure was murdered when they went to fight him. But that was awesome. I was like, I like that little reference. He was like the employee of the month and stuff. But decent episode. I think it was actually longer than the other episodes because it was 4 minutes long. And I was like, wow, I'm surprised that it's so long. And as I was going through the first skit, I was like, oh man, is this gonna... I thought they were doing something really different where it's like, there's gonna be one skit for the whole episode, but it ends up taking like pretty much, I think it was like a minute and a half, almost, you know, half the time was devoted to the very first skit. But the third one definitely took up a big chunk as well as just, you know, the first and third. Once again, the middle is the really quick one. That seems to be definitely the pattern that they've made for this season, but certainly enjoyable. Looking forward to seeing some more characters. We still don't get some of the newer characters yet. I've been waiting for that because it's in the trailer where it's like, hey, some of the other characters are going to be showing up. And so far we have gotten to see Velvet, which is pretty awesome. But, you know, I'm still waiting for, you know, some of the teachers to show up. So I'm like, oh man, when is that going to happen? I'm like really, really waiting for that. And I'm just like every episode, I'm like, crap, I know they're going to be in here somewhere during this second season. I'm just really waiting for that. But it was still an enjoyable episode. As always, there's some random, really crazy thing to look at. And I really love the first one the most because heck, the first part of the first skit was my favorite, just with Ruby and Weiss where it's just nighttime and stuff. I just thought it was really well done. So I enjoyed that part the most out of like the entire episode. But of course, I want to know what you guys thought about it. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, your least favorite parts about it. And with the way that they kind of did this episode, having like, you know, that one little reference at the end, I would love to know what reference you guys would really love to see, whether it's blatant or not, because I think they can do a lot. Like, you know, they've done it in the main series as well, where it's like they reference something either through dialogue or to be a poster or something like that. I would love to see them kind of mess around with the references, especially considering they kind of break the fourth wall with, you know, the Chibi series. I would love to see them kind of use the references as a part of the skit, but, you know, it's hard to say what they... I mean, it's Rooster Teeth, there are a million other things. They could reference other parts of the series, you know, other characters, but I would love to see them throw some references in there. I would just love to know which references you guys would like to see, you know, if there's something from Rooster Teeth that you guys want to see, or just in general, what you like to see them reference, even if it's not related to Rooster Teeth. I don't see that happening, just for certain legal reasons, but if there's anything you guys would like to see them reference, what would it be? You know, especially with it being the Chibi version, they can do parody stuff, so, you know, we haven't really seen I'm sure they've done something that I just can't think of, but we don't really see them do a lot of like parody stuff with this, and it would be perfect. I would love to see them do like some silly Star Wars stuff. Being a Back to the Future fan, I would love to see some Back to the Future stuff. That'd be amazing. But I haven't really gotten to parodies yet. I feel like we're gonna get there at some point. I think it works perfectly for this because it's like it's characters we know and love, but we already get to see them do crazy stuff, and then we get to see them basically like thrown into the little movie parodies. I personally think that would be great. Like the characters with their personality, as of course other characters like Darth Vader or whatever. You know, can't look like them too much, but you know they can figure something out there, I'm sure. But like I said, would love to know what references you guys would like to see done within the Chibi series, whether it's things outside of Rooster Teeth or you know within the company. And of course, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.